All right, and we're live, folks. All right, well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever Dimecast. That may or may not be the name of it. I'm Digmbot, and I have my fellow co-hosts, Mike Matrix. Say hello, Mike.
Hello.
And my pink bunny. Hi, bunny.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
as you can see on the screen right now, we are looking at the sexy, sexy beast of a man known as Day Muslim. We'll get to that later. That'll be in our StarCraft 2 segment. So, thought first off we would just kind of say a little bit about who each one of us is for anybody that's watching this that doesn't know who we are, as if that's going to happen. So, let's start off with me. My name is Dimebot. I play games. I make YouTube videos. I stream. I generally annoy the gentleman in the bottom right corner with my noobishness at StarCraft 2. And that's really it for me. Mike?
I'm Mike Matrix. I'm sort of the lead programmer of the Box, and I love playing StarCraft 2. I love playing DayZ and just general gaming in general, and like just doing whatever I want. Yeah.
Fair enough. Bunny?
And I'm my pink bunny, and I'm the resident pretty face of this podcast. And I find all the weird games which are out there available. So that's what I like to do when I game, and have some really weird games, and annoy Mike Matrix at the same time.
I sense a sheen, like something about annoying me. Just saying.
Might be a theme. I don't know. So.
It's a theme.
Also, I'm sort of pointing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I want to go that way, but I think if I point that way, it's the wrong way. I think it's that way, because Dime's got them the wrong way round. It's like mirrored.
Dime's got them the wrong way around. They're the right way around for me. It's not my fault you people live on the opposite side of the planet.
I just switched my direction. I mirrored myself. There we go.
Oh, so you're not even real Mike right now. You're mirror unit. Wait, doesn't that mean you should lose the goatee?
Oh God, no.
All right. No. Oh no.
No idea.
Star Trek reference. Anyways, so we have a few topics we want to throw out for this podcast. This will generally be gaming, commentary, and discussion. Just things that strike our fancy. Excuse me. So one of the first things I wanted to bring up, I thought, was just kind of to continue with getting to know each other. Whether we play PC games or console games. So I'll start. I used to be a console gamer, primarily a PC gamer. Now that I have a good PC, it's amazing what a GeForce GTX 660 will allow you to do. There is a Wii U, a Wii, and a Xbox 360 and a PS3 in the house, as well as two 3DSs and multiple tablets. So, but I find that these days I really don't play games on anything but my PC. PS3 got used for Last of Us, and that was about it. The Wii U, I can't really tell you the last time I turned it on, but that's a whole other discussion, I think. I just like PC games better. Better control with the mouse, better graphics, I think. What about you guys?
For me, it's also sort of, I always been a PC gamer. I never really got into like gaming on consoles. My only console I ever had was the PlayStation 1, which I bought off my brother before I even had a PC. So, yeah, I kind of never wanted a console because the controls were too, like, squishy. Sort of, you didn't have the fine controls you have nowadays. And personally, nowadays, the only console-related thing is this thing, and I'm thinking about getting a 3DS.
I think I just missed that. What did you just hold up?
My Xbox controller.
Ah, your Xbox controller. Sorry, I was.
I have two Xbox controllers, wireless of course, because fuck cables. For like platformers and general awesomeness. And I don't know. I don't really have an Xbox, nor do I want one.
Interesting. Bunny?
I've always grown up as a kid, like my brother PC gaming, not PC gaming, console gaming. So when we never really had a best PC when I was at home, and I never had anyone good one to like the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of mainly grown up on console gaming and then switched to PC. And so I have a Wii, the old Wii in my living room, but I don't really use it. I think I used it sometime when I was like 19. It was the last time I used it. So like it's been sitting there for like 2 years and I've still not used it.
Fair
So
enough.
it's kind of like, yeah, I grew up on I've had PS1, the PS2. I know at home there's 360 at my mum's, the Wii, the old Wii, and then like I also now have a really good PC, so I'm mainly a PC gamer now
You know,
because I've got my PC.
it's funny you say that because I had an Atari 2600. Yes, I'm old. Atari 2600 was my first console, and I kind of grew up with that. Hold on, let me volume that down a little bit. I've got the Xbox One E3 stuff in the background for us. But I grew up.
Yeah, I
with,
just saw.
Yeah, I grew up with the Atari 2600 and the NES, and then I got a PC and started playing SimCity and Wolfenstein and the old school Wolfenstein, the really cheesy one. And then I got an N64, so I stayed console gaming pretty much after that up until Unreal Tournament 2004, and then I couldn't afford another good computer after that for a while. And this is, I was 360 for a while. Now I'm back into PC gaming. So for me, I've been back and forth, but I don't know. I really do enjoy the PC gaming better. Mike, the squishy controls is definitely a problem for me sometimes, especially going from something like I did it recently. Borderlands 2 on the Xbox to Borderlands 2 on the PC.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, especially like stuff like strategy games. You can't fucking play strategy games on consoles. That's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
And like FPS, okay, I can understand like Halo and stuff is really popular, but I don't really see why I want to play that on on a console.
Yeah.
If I'm going for like playing with my controller, I usually like platformers because they're more comfortable playing with the
Yeah, they're more designed
console.
for the controller.
Exactly, or like top down, sort of like more platformer types, arcade games where I'm not really too much giving too much effort. If I want to play StarCraft, I'm not gonna pick up the controller because how the fuck
God,
are you gonna...
StarCraft with a controller.
I'm pretty sure the guys at
Ridiculous.
Blizzard would just go ahead and strangle you to death if you suggested StarCraft with an Xbox controller.
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
It's funny
I
though.
enjoy playing with the controller. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's not for certain type of games. So
Yeah,
and even then I'm still staying PC gaming. Like the Xbox controller works on PC. Why do I need an Xbox One or Xbox 360?
It's funny because
Yeah.
I was just going to bring that up. You mentioned platformers, and there's stuff like I love Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy is a great game. Super Meat Boy works best with a controller, even on the PC. That's just hands down.
That's one of the main reasons I got this one.
Really, the game is so much fun.
Yeah. It's amazing. Super Meat Boy is really a fun game. Not only that, but actually, the two reasons I got that controller was I actually got it for a conference, like sort of a LAN event, game developer type conference, and we were on the way there, and a friend of mine said like, "Dude, do you want to make like a controller-based game for the event there?" And I was up for that, and so we bought that controller. And like I was playing a lot of Super Meat Boy at that time, so
Interesting.
that was kind of an additional thing.
It's a bad that I'm sitting here staring at the bright colours and the pretty colours of the Xbox One presentation.
No, we
I'm not
fully
listening to
expect you to be
anything you're just
distracted
saying.
by pretty colors.
It's very pretty. It's not my fault. There's a very pretty colour, and the chat is talking about Civ 5.
The
Sorry.
chat's talking about Civ 5. Now, there's actually another good example, kind of like StarCraft. I really don't see playing a game like Civ on a controller. You need the mouse and the keyboard.
Yeah, it does sit there is apparently one on the Xbox, but apparently it's very, very simplified.
It is. It's
So you
horrible.
literally just...
I think the best attempt I've ever seen at an RTS on a console was the Lord of the Rings game they did for the 360, and it wasn't that good.
Well, how do you want to like? You need to dumb down a lot of the controls to just allow you to play with the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like
Essentially,
okay,
you're limited
I'm
by the
gonna go.
buttons, aren't
I'm
you?
gonna go back to StarCraft 2 because that's what I'm currently playing on the pod.
Fair enough.
But like, try selecting units and like you need to select units, attack while simultaneously doing something else, like managing your economy and stuff. So you need to sort of dumb down either the attacking system or the economy system to just let you stay focused on one thing because you cannot switch between things all the time.
Yeah, and even me, obviously we've played a bunch of matches together. I'm not that great of a StarCraft 2 player, but even like if I'm attacking your base and playing Zerg, I need to be able to use my mouse to micro my army around while I use my keyboard to build my reinforcements back at base. And
Exactly.
you can't do that on a controller.
And also, like I know with StarCraft 2, you have a lot of hotkeys. Like you've like half the keyboard is hotkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're on a keyboard, if you're on a controller, you have like 8 buttons, maybe like 12.
I thought I had a 360 controller around here somewhere, but apparently not.
So we can count. So we got 4 on this side. We have the 2 analog sticks, the 8-way thing.
That D-pad's a
Then you got
disgrace.
stop, yeah, D-pad, 8-way D-pad, and start, select. The main key isn't really useful, and we got the 4 keys at the back.
Yeah.
So that's all you got. And like looking at StarCraft 2, the main controls, if you dumb down the controls to actually have like the entire block on your keyboard represented, that's like 15 keys alone just for shortcuts of like controlling units and building and stuff like that.
Yeah. That actually sets up a nice segue for me. One of the things I also want to talk about was what we thought about the next-gen consoles, which you already mentioned a little bit, Mike, PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not sure even I, as a Wii U owner, want to count the Wii U as a next-gen console, because I don't really think it is. But it seems like all the next-gen consoles are coming with some alternate form of controller or some different scheme. The PS4 is going to have that touchpad on the controller, and then Xbox is going heavily into the second screen thing, from what I've seen with the smart glass tech that they've already debuted for the 360. Just like the Wii U has that gamepad, which, as a Wii U owner, I really enjoy having my gamepad because Shelby can watch TV, and I can play most of my games on my gamepad. Now, there's some games where it is better.
Yeah.
Darksiders 2. Darksiders 2 is great on the Wii U because I can play the game on the TV, and then I have my map and my gear on my gamepad. So whereas with like the 360 version, if I got gear in Darksiders 2 and I want to check it out, I got to pause the game, break the action, go into the menus, and dig around.
Well, that's another thing that's actually very interesting in terms of game design itself. Is like in order for you to not break the action, you have to sort of incorporate it into the UI, and that's sort of going away with having like a second screen or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you can relay all that information that's occluding your screen and your immersion into the world onto a completely separate screen. And if you want to have if you want to know anything about that, you're just gonna pop down, look at your screen, and you know everything you need to know without ever breaking immersion.
Yeah, and like I do it all the time. I've had a DS since they came out in one version or another. It's great at it. But ideally, speaking of UI, what I'd like to see is, let's just continue with the Wii U, is a Zelda game where there's nothing on the screen in front of me on my TV but Zelda gameplay. And then everything else is on the pad. No hearts, no nothing, just Link with his sword. And you can do plenty of visual indicate. People are going to say, oh, well, your heart bar's not up there. How are you going to know when you're hurt? Link, for the last few games, has already had plenty of visual indicators of when he's hurt.
Exactly. That actually a lot of game developers are going this way of removing a lot of like UI elements from the screen and going with visual and audio indicators for that.
Yeah.
I know, in fact, Rocket from like the developer of DayZ said once that he actually doesn't want anything on the screen. He only wants like indicators indirectly and sort of indirect indicators how your status is, but not like, hey, you're at like X of why water or whatever.
Well, so here's my question. Is the way that they're doing the second screen stuff and the new control methods, because let's just go ahead and admit it that the jump that those consoles are taking in graphics is really just catching them up to date with what a good PC like you or me or any of us have can actually do. Anybody have any interest in getting a PS4 or an Xbox One? I know that I'll probably end up with one of them, probably an Xbox One, just for certain exclusives, but I don't have to have it on day one, and I don't care that much, honestly.
I'm not getting any of them, to be honest. I'm not an official game console.
I'm not feeling that I'm gonna get one. Maybe for certain titles, if any, but probably not, because, as I said, I'm a PC gamer, and I don't really enjoy all too much of the console experience.
Fair enough.
There's certain games that I enjoy, but most of them I can play on PC anyways with my controller. Yeah. So the only things that might interest me is like the different control methods, but
that's still probably not enough.
It's just coming out. It's sort of the new thing to do touch.
Yeah.
With games, and
besides, they're doing touch, really, and we've got the Oculus Rift.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a couple of new input methods coming out, but in the end, it's still in like baby steps.
Yeah.
I do like the way that how Remember Me did like their game this year. Like I really like Remember Me, and like The Last of Us. Those two games on the PS4, and like I know Remember Me's on the computer, but they looked really good. And like you can see the difference in like the new style of gaming coming out, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed The Last of Us. I've watched Kim's version, Yoxcast Kim's version of it.
It's good.
Because I'm not gonna get a PlayStation just to play The Last of Us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was my thinking behind it. I'm not going to get a PlayStation, just play those two games. So I would watch both of them, and I really enjoyed it so far. And I've watched Ranger play it too, so I've hit like different sides and stuff. So it's quite nice to see those games. And I wish there was. I wish like The Last of Us was on like PC, but so it won't be. But yeah.
I think the age of console exclusives is going to come to an end relatively quickly. They just can't. The studios can't afford to do it that much anymore. The one thing I do hope about the new consoles and the PC that Remember Me specifically made me think of, because I have Remember Me on PC, is that the consoles catching up to the PCs will finally mean we stop getting shitty ports to the PC of console games, because I've seen some god-awful ports in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Another thing that I really want
I think he really wants this
that are like because like if you have multiple platforms, like I don't know, you have a game on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you have some sort of a multiplayer thing involved with it, but if I have that game on PC, I'm mostly not gonna be able to play with any of the other platforms because it doesn't work.
I'm so sick of that.
I would love it
and it's really not that hard to do that. Most of it is just like, oh, it's gonna be unfair if like a PC gamer is playing against console gamers or something like that. Okay, yes, but at least come on, give us the option. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd love there to be like cross-platform, like accessibility on games like that, especially like multiplayer games, and because a lot of people will have different platforms. So
there's one last thing I kind of wanted to discuss as far as the consoles go before we move on, and it was something that I ran across. I mentioned this to you guys earlier. I'll pop you the link if you don't still have it. Oh, and I've lost it. I
got it.
You got it? Awesome. Well, our viewers are going to be treated to a lovely view of me browsing a webpage for a second.
Here, I found it.
You got it? Thanks. Because when I had to reboot...
I've got it too!
Nice. He beat you by like 3 seconds. For everybody's information,
There.
just prior to starting the stream, I lost control of my second monitor, which required a reboot. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, never mind the source of the article, but boop. Zoom in a little bit. So, basically, what caught my eye about this is when Nintendo released their first quarter financial results this year, and it shows that. Get this a little bigger. There we go. 160,000 Wii U consoles were sold in the whole world between the start of April and the end of June. Leaving aside the phrases such as grimace-worthy figures, yada yada yada, you break it down by territory. That's 90,000 sold in Japan, 60,000 in the Americas, and 10,000 in Europe, Australia, and the rest of the world. So
Yep.
those are
not many in the
confirmed
UK.
figures. You break that down against the Wii U launch of 3 million units in the first couple months, and consider the fact that the older consoles, the 360 and the PS3, could easily move 10,000 units within just a couple weeks, even as old as they are. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I love Nintendo games. I love the franchises like Mario Kart, Zelda, Metroid. I even love Mario Party. God help my poor, poor soul. And Smash Brothers. But I just don't see it with this console. The biggest title they've had come out that's been Nintendo produced really has been Pikmin 3. What did we get at launch?
but that's exactly the point why it's not moving so fast, because
Yeah, it's not.
there's no games that are worthwhile getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys...
Why would you get the Wii U? There's no games that
Where's
like
the-
What do you
you
guys
want to
think
play.
is,
Okay, I mean, okay, with Pikmin 3, this might actually get a little bit better, but still, like,
Well, let's look down the line too, because what did we get at launch? We got Ninja Gaiden, a remake of Ninja Gaiden, which by all accounts it needed the remake because the other two versions sucked balls. But then we got Darksiders 2. That's a port. Scribblenauts. Okay, Scribblenauts is great, but it's still Scribblenauts. That's not exactly a system seller. Black Ops. Yay, a COD game. Next things we have looking forward to coming down the line, a remake of Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker in HD. Don't get me wrong, I love Legend of Zelda and I really love Wind Waker, but do we really need an HD remake of it right now? What they need is a new Metroid, they need a new Zelda. They haven't told us when the new Smash Brothers is coming out. It's another one of those when we're done with it scenarios, and we know how that worked on the Wii.
Yeah.
So, even as a Nintendo fan, I don't see the Wii U going forward. I just don't see how the thing's going to succeed. They're not making enough good content. They're not pushing it down the pipe. And the only hope that we have for other stuff is, yay, we're getting Call of Duty again this year. Fantastic. And then Bayonetta 2. It's not exactly enough to instill me with hope that Shigeru Miyamoto and Satoru Iwata are going to be standing atop a mountain of cash with the golden light of heaven raining down upon them in approval.
well, I don't know. Nintendo is doing a good job with everything else. So
3DS is killing it, man.
Yeah. As I said, I'm looking to actually get one, and I've never had like a Nintendo, never.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, never had one. I only borrowed one from a friend a couple of times, but that's about it.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm looking to get one now. Yeah. It
I
looks
think the
good.
3DS like done better in the quarters as well than the Wii U has.
Oh, you
What
have
I was
no
reading
idea.
Like it's done a lot better than the 3DS is doing better than the Wii U is.
Yeah, the 3DS,
So-
3DS is doing great. So yeah, do you guys think that Nintendo is this going to force them out of the console market, kind of like Sega, and leave them stuck with just a handheld market, or?
Okay.
I'm not sure. It's I don't know. I don't know if they made the right decision. I do like the look of the Wii U. I just don't think it's been like sold well enough. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I think a big part of the problem is, because I know like my own parents, and my parents are decently tech savvy. They didn't understand that the Wii U was not just a peripheral upgrade to the Wii, because it looks the same. It's got basically the same name. They just thought it was something that you buy to plug into the Wii to make it better, not a whole separate console. And I've heard more than one person say that. As gamers, we kind of laugh at that and go, well, you're an idiot, but we got to remember that the Wii has a really, really strong casual gamer, quote, quote, quote,
Yeah, I mean it's sort of designed for the casual gamer, and well, there's been a lot of confusion about it.
Yeah.
You can see from the trailer as well, which you're playing now. You can see that it's totally casual.
Yeah,
Like it's
the one thing, and there's a reason I played this trailer because I mentioned it, Mike. I'm assuming you and Bunny have both seen this before, because this is from the 2011 E3. The only bone they throw to their hardcore audience at the end of this is at the very end of this, and it's like 5 seconds of Zelda footage.
yeah.
I mean, all the rest of us. I mean, well, for one thing, that looks really cool. I have yet to see them do anything like what that guy just did with the golf game on the Wii U. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
granted, I don't have the what's the party game that came with it?
The Wii Sports or something.
Yeah, well, the Wii Sports title for that. It's not Wii Sports, but it's their technology showpiece. I'm sure the chat's raging right now. I'm not going to look. I don't have it, so I don't.
Nintendo Land, apparently.
Nintendo Land. Thank you,
Nintendo
guys.
Land.
See, Twitch chat isn't always eye cancer. Just the StarCraft 2 community. It might have nothing to do with that.
No, not the StarCraft 2 community only, but
Oh,
have
well,
you
the
seen League of
Legends
Legends?
community, the Dota community. We don't need to get into that conversation right now.
Oh god! Luckily, I never go to those kind of places in
can't,
Twitch.
so.
The dark places of Twitch.
You know what else is eye cancer?
What?
Nothing. I was just messing with you. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on from the console
Thanks,
crap.
Dome. Thanks.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. Moving on from the console crap, Mike, I'll let you introduce this one since you actually found it. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'll pull the article up a second, but it seems that our dear friends over at Valve may actually have learned to count to 3.
Well, yeah. Do you still have the link so you can show it on stream?
Absolutely, I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
Valve can count to 3.
I was browsing through some game news just a few hours ago, and I saw this little thing, which is Left 4 Dead 3 and Source Engine 2 in a photo where people of the Dota 2 community were allowed to go around the Valve studio. And there's a changelog. There's actually like one line in there that says Source 2 and Left 4 Dead 3. Some unit tests we implemented or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it might actually be Left 4 Dead 3 in the makings, or it might just be Valve being a douche and throwing a red herring in there. So
I'm kind of going with the douche part, but that's just because I don't really think that Valve can count to 3.
yeah, that's well, it would be nice because I actually like Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh yeah.
So it would be cool to see like Left 4 Dead 3 on the new Source engine they've been working on, or supposedly been working on. So
Supposedly been working on forever.
yeah.
I know.
They can actually count. Can they actually count?
Yeah.
Will there ever be a Portal 3 either? Will there ever be a Portal?
You know what? I don't know if they could do Portal 3. I mean, and they would have to do a prologue or a completely new character. I mean, I guess they could. I think for me, the sentimental attachment to Portal was to GLaDOS and not to Shell.
One thing they could do is sort of merge the
universes.
It's the same universe.
Yeah, merge
it's
the
just
games, actually, the storylines.
So, sort of interact more directly with the storylines on each other. I don't know.
Well, I mean, because in Portal 2, you actually, if you pay attention, you can find the dry dock where the ship was.
Exactly, the Borealis,
Yes.
which is the ship that's been lost and been mentioned in Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Yep. I would just love to get some closure to the Half-Life story. I mean, Left 4 Dead 3 would be great, but for God's sakes, can I get Half-Life 3 already?
I think they're still, like, they don't want to disappoint at the same time.
Well,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't
I mean,
really tell what they're thinking.
It didn't turn out well for Duke Nukem, and the only company that's reasonably pulled it off has been Blizzard, and even they didn't wait that long with StarCraft 2. So.
I want Half-Life 2 Episode 3, please. Please.
Yeah, please God.
Half-Life 3. But I think they're gonna make Episode 3 and maybe a Half-Life 3.
Yeah, probably. Speaking of number 3s, Now I'm gonna pull it
Three,
up.
three is magic number.
Oh my god, there goes Bunny. Arma 3.
What?
Mike and I are both
There's no pretty
DayZ
colours
fans,
yet.
which means that we've also played a decent amount of Arma 2, especially the mods. I, for one, am pretty excited about Arma 3.
Yes, hell yes. Oh my god, have you seen the gameplay footage yet?
It's going
It
up right
looks
behind us, my
amazing.
friend.
It looks amazing, and like the beta is available for like 35 euros on Steam.
I think
Yeah,
It's
you get
not
the
too
beta.
bad. I'm actually considering buying that at some point.
Why is that
Yeah,
the
the
Arma
beta's
2
available
dev
now.
diary? That's completely the wrong thing.
That
Technical
game's
errors.
already out.
Dimebot technical
been a bit-
errors.
Yeah.
I got it.
But yeah, they improved a whole lot in Arma 3, like way better performance, like even better than Arma 2, and like they improved a lot on the graphics
Yeah.
side of things, and just made it a lot more stable and like improved the inventory system and just general network code improvements, all that kind of thing. It's still sort of the same scheme as Arma 2, and
I just
it's
can't wait.
it's still
I just can't-
Arma, which
I
is
just can't
this
wait
incredibly.
for the DayZ standalone, so Dime can just kill Mike, and I just can sit there laughing manically,
We should
just shoot him in the knee or something.
we should probably explain that for nobody that's ever seen a video of us playing DayZ or heard that. Mike, I'll let you do it from your end because it probably makes more sense from you.
Well, essentially, if we two together either play Arma 2 as a mod or DayZ together, it's usually going to end up in Dime shooting me a couple of times in the head, even though I'm on the same team, or
Yep.
trying to help him, because he's funny like that.
I can't help it. I just,
I
there's
also
usually
just
nothing
like
else to shoot
watching-
but him.
watching.
So, I'm looking forward
It's
to Arma
hilarious
3.
watching. It's hilarious watching you shoot him.
I'm more looking forward to.
It's also
DayZ
hilarious
standalone.
when Mike destroys you in StarCraft 2. That's also hilarious.
Oh god, yeah, he does. But I'm the biggest thing, and I've said this to you before, Mike, that I'm looking forward to in DayZ standalone is the vast increase in the number of buildings you can enter. 'Cause that
Oh
drives
my
me
god! Yeah,
bonkers in DayZ.
they're literally trying to make every building enterable, and not only that, like Arma 3, by the way, a lot of cool stuff coming out. I'm really, it looks fantastic. I mean, just look at this. It's not Crisis or anything, but that's mainly because Crisis does have a 20 square kilometer map that is completely explorable.
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
Crisis fell off a little bit when they decided to make Crisis 2 with such a console-heavy focus. I just don't think
Yeah.
the engine was quite as up to snuff as it was when it was just, hey,
Yeah,
this is a
but
god mode
I mean,
PC
it's
game.
I mean,
Is it-
Arma is never gonna be like Battlefield or anything. It's really focused around being a military simulator.
Yeah, but as
rather
far
than-
as laying out a huge landscape with decent detail, Arma is really good at that.
Hell, have you looked over like the landscape in the videos?
Oh.
I don't know how much you could be able to see, but it looks really good for what you can see in one area.
I'm pulling
Just
the.
looking over landscape, and you see trees in kilometers away.
I'm putting up
It's
the
amazing.
helicopter gameplay showcase right now, so we should get some good shots of the wide open scenery.
Yeah.
The one thing I also like
I-
about the Arma team is they're pretty engaged with their community.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the main focuses of the Arma engine is actually being absolutely customizable, because they use it for so many different games. There's like helicopter simulation, like full blown helicopter
Hold that thought,
simulation,
Mike.
and all that stuff.
I would just like to point out that in the video, the passenger and the co-pilot just looked at the pilot in the helicopter. He was doing it again, and the dude's not wearing a ghillie suit while he flies. I'm just
I wonder
saying,
if that's
maybe that's
a
why we
reference
died
to
the last
anything.
time.
Well,
Yes, Mike's a madman in a ghillie suit
I,
normally.
I have no comments for that. I have
Anyways,
no comments.
continue.
Yeah, it's just oh my god. I'm just looking at the footage. It's just stunning
It's a beautiful
for
game.
that huge of a map and like the amount of things you can see in like one view. It's stunning and it
And
runs really well for that.
yeah, and they don't hide things behind pop-in, and they don't hide things behind fog.
Yeah, exactly. You can tune up the view distance to 10 kilometers or something like that. Ridiculous. Your computer is not going to handle that, but you
Yeah.
can do it.
This is not a fair
Which is
comparison game to game, but the only other game I could think of in recent memory that has done that good a job, like displaying a detailed landscape off into the distance that impressed me that much, was Just Cause 2.
yeah.
Because, I mean, Just Cause 2, I mean, the Just Cause franchise is just flat out silly in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But the islands in Just Cause 2, I mean, for God's sakes, you could see forever. And why is my Skype going bonkers?
It was me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, there's that website. Yeah. Bonnie, would you, I think we've kind of touched on R3. Is there anything else you guys are looking forward to coming out? I know for me it's Saints Row 4.
For me, it's well, I'm looking forward to the DayZ standalone.
Yes.
Like, that's gonna be a huge thing when the alpha is gonna be released. By the way, he said he's gonna try and release it as soon as possible in the
Really?
latest dev plot. Yeah,
I'm
like he
looking
wants to release it maybe this year.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to Starbound, which is a Terraria kind of game, but in space and done like 20 million times better. And that's out hopefully the end of this year. It's in it's in closed beta right now. It'll be going to open beta soon, and it looks amazing. Like just like the way that everything can be randomized. Like most things are randomized in that game, and it's like looks like it's done so well. And they're actually really good with their community as well, because like every single day they'll post, even if it's like a 2-line update or what they've done, they will post an update to see how the game's going,
Wait,
and they'll continuously do that, which is quite good.
Starmaid. Is Starmaid the one is it like a...
No, Starbound.
Starbound, sorry. I was thinking about
Yeah,
this. I was thinking
Starbound's-
about the ship game, but Starbound, is that... I must be thinking of
The
something else.
Terraria, it's...
Is it
One second, I'll
2D?
send you the link. Yeah.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that does look really
Okay,
nice.
I think I saw that or as well.
There we go.
Toss me the link. I'll pull it up for everybody.
Okay.
So, playstarbound.com.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's Starbound.com. I've already got it pre-ordered, and
Nice.
quite a few people already have it pre-ordered as well, because of me. But yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of us who have it pre-ordered, and like ready to go. You scroll down on that page, Dama, so you also see some screenshots from like their testing and stuff.
Oh,
As you can see, the front page is all about the news. It's like every day is a daily update.
oh, this does look a
progress.
lot like Terraria.
Yeah, but it's done so much better. As you look at the thing, it's got like day-night cycles. It's got like seasons and
Oh, Terraria's got a day-night cycle because nothing good ever happens at night in Terraria.
yeah. But look, have you seen how nice that game looks?
It
Like
looks-
how
It looks pretty sweet.
it looks.
Yeah, it
it's,
does.
it looks so nice. Like they put so much attention to detail, and I've got the soundtrack, like the pre-release soundtrack, and the soundtrack is so beautiful.
Nice.
Like you can literally fall asleep to it. It's so nice, and like it's done so much better. Yeah, and it has multiple OS support. Like it's been like said they can put it on all platforms like Linux,
Yes.
Mac.
Oh my god, it drives me crazy that Terraria doesn't have like
Linux.
direct Linux server support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had that problem. So yeah, it means Linux support, like literally it's going to be available straight away on Linux, as well as having a server for Linux available as well. You can like servers on Linux. So it's all available like from all across all platforms.
I mean,
Nice.
I can sort of understand Alma 2 not having that because, okay, it's old and it's sort of its engine is designed around Windows. That's
Yeah.
just gonna be like that. But
This
And
game
that's
has been
its first
designed
problem.
for the whole
Which-
community though.
which game doesn't have Linux servers nowadays?
Yeah.
Oh yes, and it's this game is like Starbound. It's actually optimized. They keep optimizing it every time. They're fixing so many bugs, and they're going through it, fixing the GUI and optimizing it, and keep going with it.
Yeah.
I think I know. Like they said, they can run it on a crappy Mac at like 60 frames. So
Wow.
most computers will be able to run it, and that's what they're kind of aiming for. They want to have everybody to play it, no matter how bad your computer is. So that's what really I love at that game. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait till it comes out.
I tell you, mine are probably not going to blow anybody away aside from Saints Row 4. I mean, that's an obvious, but I'm ready for the Zelda Link to the Past sequel on the 3DS. I think that looks amazing, and I'm also ready for the
think-
Wind Waker remake.
Oh my god, I think I'm gonna get those just because I want to get the 3DS and it sounds amazing.
3DS is fun,
Yeah.
man.
It's gonna join your Animal
Looking
Crossing
forward.
link.
Yes, I'm gonna freaking get Animal Crossing right away.
I know you are.
Just
We're
because.
gonna listen to the animals, dear God. Am I going to be
Yeah.
the only sane one who's not got a 3DS and not playing with animals?
Sane reports.
Exactly.
I know Mike probably hears it in his sleep these days.
Yes, because of
I've
Sedge.
heard it quite a lot, but not so much recently.
It's hashtag Sedge's fault.
Very fun game. Also, apparently, Feeks is playing Killing Floor. You know what? We could probably actually have an entire segment on how Feeks seems to own every game on Steam.
He's buying everything, dude.
Yeah.
He
That's-
has like 350 games or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario and
I think
Luigi
he said.
Dream
I
Team
think
is
I
another
said
one
the
for
other
me.
day. I think he said the other day he's going to stop buying games and like try and play every single one of them before he buys a new one.
Oh my god, he'll
So-
never buy another game. I'm,
He's just going to try and get through something.
I'm putting some footage of a trailer of Legend of Zelda for the 3DS up in the background. Mario and Luigi Inside Story, or not Inside Story, but Dream Team is another big one that I want. Like,
Yeah.
that looks really fun, and those games are always great.
Hmm.
The
Oh,
thing
yeah,
that
I'm
gets
just
me
like-
about this game, I love, is, you know, it's very pretty 3D style, but then he's got his little special power, which... Also, I've seen the trailer on the 3DS, and it's that stuff they're showing now is really cool with the 3D turned on. But when he does his that right there, when he turns into the little graffiti hieroglyphic thing, that is just really a cool gameplay hook. So, and I'm a big Zelda fan, so me want Zelda.
He wants Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just gonna be perfectly honest, me want Zelda.
He wants Zelda.
So, all right, let's.
I was like Yusuf.
Let's go to our, I think, final segment of the night, which, and no, Bunny, it's not Pretty Colors. It's,
Oh.
It was your.
It's actually my segment.
It was your
It's actually
segment.
my segment.
It's Bunny's fucked up game segment.
Yep.
I've sent you 2 links. There's 2 links.
Okay, so why
It's the
don't
game
you
I was-
explain this while I pull up the links?
This is a game I found like my favorite YouTuber played, and I really like the look of it. And I only saw like the first 2 episodes. I need to go back and watch the rest. And it's a clay and cardboard animation game. So everything's stopped animation, and it's all point and click. So I'm showing some media links of it now. You click on media at the top.
Yep, and I'm gonna play one of the trailers real quick.
Yeah, play on the trailers. The second link has the 4th episode trailer on the new episode which came out yesterday.
Okay.
So literally yesterday, after a year and a half, nearly 2 years of waiting, the 4th chapter finally came out of this game. And I haven't been waiting that long, I've only been waiting like a couple of months for it. But it's an amazing game. It's point and click, and you've got to try and discover what to do. And like, it's a series of puzzles, but it's very, very twisted and gets pretty dark in corners. So it's a good game, and most of the people on the stream have seen me play it. But it's very, very dark, very, very twisted. It's all about the dream and the dreamscape, and how people can infect your dreams. And is that video not loading, Dan?
No, we are. Think about how much of my bandwidth we're probably consuming with this. So
Yeah, true.
probably.
I'll look at some
Try the other link.
screenshots instead.
Yeah.
So
There is another link.
Well, one thing I found interesting about this game is actually the medium they use for displaying everything.
Yeah.
And because you don't usually see clay stop motion animation in point and click adventures.
It's very lovely done. Like,
It's a unique art style.
yeah, I mean, just
Yeah, it's
for example,
very neat.
look right here where you see the bed and how the bed is done in the figure over there. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah. Also, we figured out in this stream, it has in that room, that flat, it has 4 radiators in one room and 4 windows in one room. Because Ranger got freaked out because there was 4 windows in it's the living room, which is next door. Also, you make a Bloody Mary with your blood, which is very freaky.
So,
Wow.
obviously,
Okay.
that's kind of a twisted game.
You
Yeah.
literally have to stab yourself and make a Bloody Mary and serve it to the captain. It's like
Nice.
really fucked up.
Mike, is there
It's
anything
like-
weird that you've been playing recently?
Anything weird that I've been playing recently?
Or any little indie gem you might have come across? No, StarCraft 2 doesn't count.
I've got yeah, StarCraft 2 is definitely not an indie game.
Yeah, StarCraft isn't a good game.
I've actually played a bit of Steel Storm Burning Retribution again, like a few hours before the stream.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting game. I play it off and on. Just, yeah, kind of top down.
Is this a
Sort
twin
of
stick
almost
or
old school. Hmm?
is this a twin stick shooter or
Yeah, twin stick.
it looks pretty neat, honestly. I have not heard of this one, so
It's really nice. You should try it. It's good. It's a bit of an odd one, but definitely fun to play.
Weird.
huh.
It would cause me to go dizzy when the games are top down.
You know, I used to have that problem, but not so much anymore. I do love twin stick shooters. I love bullet hell shooters. I've got some.
Yeah, this is like sort of a top-down twin stick bullet hell game because you have to dodge quite a lot of bullets, especially on hard mode.
Ah. I've been
Definitely
having a lot of fun
good.
with some games recently too. Because I've got a couple. Because I think
1, 2, 3.
you guys know that I play some weird
1, 2,
stuff,
3,
anyways.
drop the baby.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, kick the beat. That's a good one.
Yeah, 1, 2.
That's an indie one.
Yeah, drop that beat like an ugly baby is a good one. Another one for me is Unepic. I'll pull that one up real quick. If I could spell right, that'd be a great one. Unepic. God, there's a lot of people that have messed with this game too. The basic setup of Unepic is something that I just appreciate because basically you're a guy who was over at his geek friend's house playing D&D, and you get drunk and you go to the bathroom, and while you're in the bathroom, something happens and you get transported into the actual dungeon world.
Wow.
And you're in the castle and you have to fight your way out of it and everything. It's an old school smash and loot game with leveling up and potions and a full crafting system. The thing I like about it though is the writing, because the guy just thinks that everybody puts like LSD or something in his beer and he's just hallucinating everything. So he doesn't actually believe he's in the game, and he's very self-aware, so like in the opening moments of the game, he makes a crack about something being just like Legend of Zelda. He actually makes a StarCraft reference at one point, something about, I think he says Tara Adun Tassadar.
Oh my god.
He just, it's a love letter to gamers. It's a whole bunch of gamer humor, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I love when games don't take themselves too serious
No.
and sort of
Yeah, but seriously,
sneak in a lot of references and Easter eggs and sort of
It's not like
things that
some
only
games have like non-Minecraft
players
references.
of the certain games recognize, but
Yeah.
when they do, it's like yes.
And
Yeah.
the thing that makes that game great is the gameplay is fun. So, I don't know how well this will translate, but Drunken Robot Pornography is another one. I don't know how well the video is going to do, I should say. It is literally, the video is not going to work real well. It's literally billed as a 3D bullet hell shooter with giant robots and a jetpack. And
Nice.
that's exactly what it is. It's a really fun game. The thing I like about it is the editor that lets you build your own robots.
Did you build a Shelby bot?
I built a Shelby bot, yes. And my final one is, and I had a lot for this one once you came up with the topic, sorry. But my final one is, oh God, there's an ad for singlemuslim.com. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, kick it, drop the beat like an ugly
God.
baby, which is what I have up
Yeah.
right now. It's a music game similar to something like Rez. Mike, I think you've probably run across this one before. It's no Osu, I'll give you that, but it takes your music and builds a 3D
Yeah.
landscape out of it for you to fly through. It's still
Yeah.
kind of in development,
Okay.
and I could really, really have a laundry list of stuff I'd like to see done with it, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
It's a very cool game. I've played a
it's
little.
an interesting concept, definitely.
It's a very interesting concept.
You know, the whole beat map sort of games are getting more and more popular, I think. It's not like the main game genre, but it's getting more and more of an influence of
Yeah.
like as there's more and more games coming along in this genre.
I welcome it.
Um,
I'm a musician myself, and I function by music. There's always music playing around me somewhere, and if there's not, I'm probably
Yeah.
losing my mind. So I love stuff like this.
Well, another really interesting thing about those games is actually programming them, because you have to actually analyze the music, which is fun.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if
it's
you
just
change the
music.
little things, the level design will be completely different, and the experience will be completely different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a really interesting aspect of yeah, programming these.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've been going for about an hour. I think that probably wraps.
51 minutes.
Yeah.
51 minutes.
Thank you,
Yep.
Timekeeper Bunny.
Do you wanna-
That
I haven't
probably
said let's
wraps
message
it
you
up.
Skype. I have messaged you on Skype every like 15 minutes.
I've seen it. I just hadn't been commenting on it. I have been keeping track of it though. So, thank you everybody for watching. Bonnie, Mike, thank you. A couple housekeeping details. If you are watching and you have a suggestion for something you might like us to discuss, PM it to me, and I'll take a look at it and propose it to these guys. Of course, we'll come up with our own topics like we did this time. So, with everything that goes on in gaming,
Yeah.
I don't think we'll have any trouble. Do you guys?
No,
Nope.
no. I
Well,
think
if
that
somebody
works
has a
out well.
burning desire to hear us discuss something, we'll certainly do it. Please send all
I'm
checks
going to
payable to
propose a
Digmbot.
StarCraft podcast.
Oh
I'm gonna
god, say
propose-
Mike wants to talk an hour about StarCraft. Dear God.
We could do an hour on StarCraft one day. I got no problems with that.
Definitely.
You should
Yeah.
you should play StarCraft while commenting, and I can just laugh at you lot, because that would be hilarious.
Playing
would be-
StarCraft while commentating is really hard. I used to do that a little bit, but usually it ended up me just being shutting the fuck up and playing. Because
see
I
that,
would
too.
fall asleep.
I get to see
I
that.
would fall asleep if I just be like this.
But,
Wait, you're playing?
anyways, so also, guys, we need to think of a name. So you two try to think of a name. I mean, Dimecast works, but if anybody can think of anything better, we'll use it. Other than that,
yeah,
we survived. Nobody's dead.
I'm
There's not
just-
blood on my ceiling. So yeah, good job.
yeah, really good job.
And
Oh
oh,
dear.
is he doing it?
He is. Oh dear God. No.
Wave bye to the nice people, Bunny. Oh my God, that's